What is up, everyone? It's been a week. Look, all right. I guess I'll go ahead and just get this started right now. So at my job, right? I start off at my job, um, you know, fixing up things. I put on my hairnet. I put on my apron. I work. I take out the trash. I sometimes clean out the bathrooms, and the last thing I do before I get ready to actually work the shift because I go there before I go there before the place opens. So we kind of like doing a little bit of pre-work and cleanup, whatever, from closing from last night's closing. You know what I'm saying? So it's depending on who closed. Sometimes I have more work. Sometimes I have less work. So like it's a very, 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 very different. It's a very delicate process. The last thing I normally find myself doing is sweeping up the parking lot. Now, when I sweep up the parking lot, every so often I come across random items, random things, and like once again, I'm sweeping up and I have my gloves on, so you know, everything's safe. I quadruple layer with gloves because these are like these gloves are weak. You rub them enough and they will possibly tear. I'm joking. They're not that weak, but they're still pretty delicate. So I like put on like maybe six pairs of gloves. My hands look like Disney characters' hands. Okay, from like way back in the day when it was like just white four finger glove hands. So what I like to do sometimes is when I'm sweeping up and I find these peculiar items in the parking lot from left from last night, I tend to like give them little backstories. Like one time I saw a toy race car, so I'm like, oh, I guess a kid must have been out here, maybe was playing a race car and accidentally threw it somewhere and just never really got around to getting it. Unfortunately, my job doesn't have a lost and found, so it's not like I could just put this in a lost and found and hope that somebody gets it. It's just like they say, you find something, put it in the trash. I do that. Every so often, I find like one shoe, which is weird to me. I just think that that's bizarre. Hold on. I think that that's like the most bizarre thing. Like, cause like shoes, like shoes come in twos. You know what I'm saying? So every so often, I mean, unless you're like maybe a person, unless you're like maybe a person with a leg amputated or something, I'm always used to seeing two shoes. So at random, often, this is not a once or twice thing. This is often. I come across one shoe. Sometimes it be in the same spot, right? And I'm just like, why just it's not like I'm like, wow, whoa, who would leave the shoe here? It's just, why only one shoe? It's bizarre to me. One of my coworkers was making up a joke about how if you kill somebody and you take off one of their shoes and put it somewhere, blah 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 blah, like the body won't be traced because it has to have both shoes. I don't know. He was being silly at the time, but now I'm just like, if he's correct, that is some bizarre stuff, man. One shoe. Ironically enough, I have yet to find a used prophylactic outside. Which is surprising to me because like it's always like dirty diapers or shoes. And the thing I really want to just take into consideration when it comes to the dirty diapers is it always sort of like it speaks to me as a person to know that there are people out there who are willing to just completely change their kid at a like literally right across the forested area from us, like maybe a good few feet that away from the parking lot is a dumpster for another place, and that dumpster is normally open. The dumpster is normally like available. I'm not saying that it's available to civilians, but I am saying it does seem like it's available, or at least easy to open. So it always kind of like boggles my mind how people can see these dumpsters and immediately say, "I'm going to throw my child's diaper in the restaurant that has no dumpster. I'm just going to put this out in this specific parking lot." You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's the inconsideration of it all. It's just a little, because it's just like, it's usually like just one or two diapers. You know what I mean? It's not like a whole bag full of diapers. It's just like one or two. And these people who could see these things, they're not really hidden. You know, you could literally, like, if you're driving to our location, you could see those dumpsters, if not just one of them. So these people are considerably, and this is, like I said, this is often. This is not like once or twice. This is almost every time I go out there. So I'm guessing in my brain, I'm like, these people just don't like Olive Garden, you know. And that always sort of that just bugs me, you know. What else is there? Another thing too is yeah, like I said, the one shoe thing will always just sort of like it is the most weirdest thing because it's like I see one shoe at the parking lot at my job, and I'm just like, this is the most bizarre thing I've ever, like, you know, because like I say, I normally shoes come in twos normally. As far as my professional segment goes, nothing is going on. The place that I was training at to to prepare towards my career, they're making big moves that I am not aware of. So until they finish making those big moves, which I am told is going to be at the end of the month, I have nowhere to go to train. So I'm guessing I'm trying to work out at the house. I still need to get rid of that. So there's that. But you know, it's, I mean, like I say, it gives me a chance to sort of work out on myself a little bit and just sort of figure out, like, make plans towards where I'm going, because like once I get done with this training, I'm doing something. I'm going. I have at least a few options stacked up for me, and I think that's the challenge of it all that I'm trying to look towards. It's like, where can I go now? You know, it gives me a chance to save up some money too. What else? Why does Matt Gaetz have a rap video? Like, I think the thing that really kind of annoys me the most about Republicans at this point is that, like, they're basically like, for, I mean, as long as I've been alive, you know, Republicans have always sort of like promoted this agenda that they were, you know, pro freedom, and, you know, they don't want to be oppressed and all these other things, and like, and you know that they don't like people who basically take advantage of other people and stuff like that. And now they're basically telling you as a person, telling you and telling me that not only are they okay with taking away somebody else's, like, freedom and basically suppressing them for the sake of protecting our children, but they're okay with, I don't understand this. I really don't. How are there Republican rappers? Like, what would y'all be rapping about, you know? Like guns, I guess. I actually heard the Matt Gaetz rap song, and I mean, it's out of my head now because it's not an earworm. In order for it to be an earworm, you have to actually like the song enough to listen to it more than one time. I heard this song, bits and pieces of it, one time. I saw Matt Gaetz' face in the music video, and I was like, this is enough for me. Out of all the people that these people could have, like, you could have made a rap song about Marjorie Taylor Greene. You could have made a rap song about Paul Gosar. You could have made a rap song about any other representative or senator, either state or federal, in Florida. And you decide to make a rap song about the one guy who is currently being investigated for trafficking children. I don't know how that goes. Like, you had this entire list of politicians that you could have rapped about, and you chose the one guy who's trafficking children. Like, how does that work, bro? I don't get that. How you fumble the ball that hard? Like, you didn't fumble the ball. You just threw the ball into the ground, and it just bounced up and hit you in the face. Also, these rappers, first off, they're white dudes. You know what I'm saying? They're sort of husky, chubby, like white dudes, and they look like caricatures of what they think black people look like. It's just, it's bizarre to me how they. It's bizarre. Like all they need now is a fake afro, and it would just be the most like I don't even want to say blackface because they're not black facing, but it looks like they're black facing. All they need is an afro and a grill, and that would just be it. It's just, it's a parody, if you will. It's depressing. And these people made a rap song about this guy, and Matt Gaetz is like in the video. It's like, in my brain, the first thing I'm wondering is, how is you not in jail, bro? Like, what is going on? It's like if I were to walk around at night at the wrong possible time in the wrong attire, there's a possibility that I can get shot on the way back home by a police officer because of suspicious activity. That can happen to me. But this dude has a rap song dedicated to him. Like if I was Matt Gaetz and I was under these sort of allegations, I would be hiding. I would be staying out the public's eye until this all blows over. This dude is basically saying, "You can't get me." It's wild, man. It's wild. I said before that I was a little bummed out because of the lack of Matt Gaetz updates. But this was not the Matt Gaetz update I was waiting for or wanted. And now I'm as a black dude, I'm offended because I used to believe that rap was alive and well, but after seeing that, I'm pretty sure it's on life support right now. Cause ain't no way rap is alive and well if that travesty just got plopped on to humanity. Like, cause at some point, it's going to get popular, and racists are going to use that as their anthem or something. It's bizarre. Honestly, though, I do hope that they do, so that way I know who to avoid. Because, like, one thing I'm loving, like, one thing I did like about the Confederate flag and the Trump support and things like that is that, like, it gives me a chance to sort of know who to avoid and to stay away from. Because it's like, I can't interact with these folks because I'm pretty sure that they're going to probably want to get me lynched down the line. And I'm just like, like I actually do work with a Trump supporter, but she doesn't make that her, like, she doesn't make that her personality. She's not as obnoxious as most Trump supporters can be, but that's probably because they don't talk about politics at my job. However, if they did, she probably might be equally as annoying. But because of the fact that politics isn't a discussion at her job, she's just my coworker who acts like a coworker. She recommends that she says, order up, order down. You got to order over here, food in the window. I'm going to go ahead and take this to table this. I never heard her say anything about Trump, but I did hear her make a joke about making America great again like once. And I was like, okay, this is sus, but I won't be upset about it. Because I'm trying to be the bigger person. You don't have to be mean all the time, I learned that. I learned that you don't have to be mean and a jerk all the time. So I try my best not to be that. It's a challenge, but I like challenges. Man, I really wish the lighting was better in here. I haven't been working out lately. My arms actually, this is how they look all the time. I just need to work out my chest now. What else is there? Nothing. A rap video about Matt Gaetz, man. Oh my god, that's stressful. I might talk about anime or something later on down the line because I finished Peacemaker and I'm watching Young Rock now. I love that show. I think Young Rock is a dope show. I'm going to go ahead and keep this short because this is a YouTube episode, not a podcast. Y'all take it easy. Love and peace and safety to every single one of y'all out there. And be nice to one another. Spread happiness. Spread joy. Spread kindness. We have way too much ugliness going on right now for us to just not be decent to one another. You see these things that are oppressing people of color, people of sexualities and things like that. Just know that these are bad things, Transgender people aren't evil. Gay people aren't evil. Lesbians aren't evil. These are not evil people, They don't need to be treated this way because other people just think that they're uncomfortable. It's 2022, man. We have established who are the worst of the worst. Now it's just a matter of simply getting those people out of office and out of power. Love and peace, y'all. Be safe.